In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to pick up stitches along the bound off edge of a piece of garter stitch fabric to keep your row spacing continuous. Here I've got two examples where I've picked up edges along the bound off picked up stitches along the bound off edge. This is where I've picked up into the top bound off edge of the fabric, and you can count, if I pull this tight, you can count what looks like 3 rows. So we've got 1, 2, 3. When you pick up stitches correctly to maintain your fabric, you really only want the 2 rows between your picked up edge and your new row or your new ridge. So 1, 2. This will most closely mimic what you have in your regular garter stitch fabric, which always has 2 V's between each row. So at the bound off edge, I've got the right side facing, I've got my marker here. We're going to, typically you would insert your needle into the top stitch of the row and pick up and knit along that edge. So pick up and knit by drawing your yarn through the stitch, then you go to the next one, insert into the top row. However, when you do this, you'll get 3 rows of garter stitch. So what you want to do is go 1 row below what you think you should into the last working row and pick up and knit into that last working row. So rather than picking up into this top V, you're actually going to pick up and knit into the bottom V. And while this does create a slightly larger seamed edge on the inside of your work because you're pushing more fabric to the inside, you end up with a more contiguous fabric. So you're going to go, if you look at your fabric closely, you've got your bottom stitch and your top stitch. You're going to go into the bottom stitch, wrap your working yarn, and pull through. Once again, you've got kind of your top stitch and your bottom stitch. You're going to insert your needle into the bottom stitch, wrap your yarn, and pull through. And what that does is keeps the fabric being the same distance from your ridge to ridge when you pick up your work. If we go back to this example here again, it's rather hard to tell where the pickup row is. This is the old fabric, this is the new fabric, and there you've still got just your 2 rows. I hope that helps you pick up your stitches along a bound off garter stitch edge, and happy knitting!